Good afternoon, students. As we all know that big data or data science is an emerging topic in every discipline. Hence, it results in increasing probability of framing questions at competition level too. Before learning about 5 V's, I will aware you all about core of big data. Once you understand core of big data, it will be easy for you to remember its V's. So, let's learn about big data. What is big data? Big data is a term describing the storage and analysis of large and/or complex data sets using a series of techniques, but not limited to single technique like NoSQL, MapReduce, and machine learning. What I am saying is that big data is a term. It is a term describing the storage and analysis of very large data and complex data sets. I am using storage. For storage, you can say directly storage directly proportionate to large and analysis directly proportionate to complex data. Why I am using or why I am relating analysis with complexity? Because the analysis of a complex data results in series of techniques to be used, which will not result to use a limited technique, any one technique for the analyzation of that data, that large amount of data. Okay, big data is data that exceeds the processing capacity of conventional database systems. I know I'm saying that big data is a kind of data, then why I'm using series of technique, why I am facing some analyzation problem. That is why, because the data is too big, moves too fast, or doesn't fit the structure of your database architecture. Uh, if you are focusing like doesn't fit the structure of your database architecture, this is why, because the big data comprises of variety of databases, the big data comprises of variety of data sets, variety of informations in the form of data sets that results into the probability that may not fit into your database architecture. That is why, to gain value from this data, we choose an alternative ways to process it. We choose variety of techniques, we choose series of techniques to analyze some information, need to analyze that large complex data. We need to use series of techniques. To understand more clear about big data, I will show you some examples, some practical example which relates from the daily life at results in. I will show you some example like, see, this blue circle having white building over a flag on it is none other than but a government. Yes, it is a government structure, you can imagine it. Government of any country, you will see government of any country comes face to face with a very huge amount of data on almost daily basis. Like the reason for this is that they have to keep track of various records and databases regarding their citizens, their growth, energy resources, geographical surveys, and many more. All this data contributes to big data. Like the data, if I'm saying, is political decisions data, building and constructions data, unemployment data, electricity data, and tax evaders data, data of agriculture, data of insurance, data of natural disasters, data of healthcare and welfare. What is all this? All these data contributes to big data for who? For the government sector or for the government. Do you click or any question click into your mind, like why government sectors are holding such kinds of data, or why government sectors are storing such kind of data, why they need it? Can you answer to my question, why they need such kind of data? they need such kind of data. They need the proper study and analyzation of such kind of data, because all these data help governments in endless ways. Yes, it helps in endless ways. Why I am saying is that such kind of data, such kind of data sets, who is responsible, or sorry, such kind of database, such kinds of data sets which is responsible to construct a big data for government sector, it is helpful to them, it is helpful for government sector in making faster and more informed decisions regarding various political programs, in identifying areas that are immediate need of attention, to stay up to date in the field of agriculture by keeping track of all existing land and livestock. Why they are preparing such kind of data like natural disasters, insurance, unemployment? Why? To overcome national challenges such as unemployment, terrorism, energy resources, exploration, and much more. So that is why government sector always ready. Government sector is preparing huge amount of data on almost daily basis, because big data is hugely used for disease recognition in various sector. Okay, I hope you are getting my point that what is big data, why big data is an emerging topic nowadays, and how it is helpful, how it is complex, why it is complex, why it uses series of techniques to for analyzation. If you imagine this scene, then you can easily understand that why big data use series of techniques for its analyzation, and you will understand through this example the 5 V's of big data. I must say that this presentation or this example is a perfect mnemonic for you to learn or to remember about the 5 V's of data. Let's learn about the first V, that is volume. Volume is none other than the size of data sets is huge in big data, because big data compared to regular data, and it depends upon discipline. Why I am saying that the size of data is huge in big data compared to regular data? See, if you are a librarian, for example, and if you are having or maintaining a record of your library, like how many electronic gadgets used in your library, how many CDs, how many DVDs holds your how many CDs and DVDs are in your library, how many, you can say, non-conventional documents, conventional documents in your library. Such kinds of data is a perfect example of regular data for you. It's for you. It is a regular data. But for example, the National Library of India is asking for a data regarding, is the National Library of India is asking for a data from all libraries. I mean from all libraries, like libraries of cities, libraries of villages, libraries of states, like they are collecting data from each and every branch and collecting it for a specific purpose. Then for that National Library of India, each chunks of regular data which are going to them converted into big data. I hope you are getting my point. The size of data determines the value and potential of the data under consideration, and whether it can be considered as big data or not. This sentence completely means is that if you are saying that, ma'am, I am having record of 10 billion books, it is very big for me. That is why I must say that it is a perfect example of big data. But I will deny your point. Do you know why? For you, 10 billion record of books is big data, because it is a very huge amount for you. But if I am seeing at a broader perspective, what I will find that, just suppose you are a researcher and you are doing research on the libraries, on the public libraries in Asia, then you will have to collect data from each and every public library in each and every continent of Asia as per your sampling. So the data comes to you when then you say that, ma'am, I am doing research on public libraries present in Asia. Then the data collect from such an example, you can say that that amount of data is big data for you. But you cannot say a data from a particular some selected libraries, you can pronounce it as big data. No, you cannot say that. That is why I am saying the size of data determines the value and potential of the data under consideration. Whether it can be actually considered as big data or not, you have to decide that the data under consideration is big data or regular data. But keep your biasness, keep your usability aside before deciding that whether the data is big data or not. The size of the data sets of big data exists in petabyte and terabyte, while traditional regular data set size is kilobyte and megabyte. I hope you all are aware about the size of files calculated in bytes. So I will not cover this. I will not describe the what is byte, how many kinds, which is the largest size, which is the lowest size. No, I will not cover up this. You all are aware about that. The second V is velocity. There is massive and continuous flow of data. This determines the potential of data, that how fast the data is generated and processed to meet the demands. Before beginning of this video, I told you that big data is emerging topic nowadays. And if I am saying emerging, rapidly, growing rapidly, that means the things inside that topic also growing rapidly, also growing or emerging rapidly. That is why in big data, data is generated, data is processed. Why? To meet the demands of the information seeker, of the needer. The speed is very fast, the flow of data is very fast, the growth of data is very fast, so the amount of data is also very fast. It can be easily understood by imagining the striking speed of posts uploaded and created on social media platform. Just for example, if you are using Twitter and if you are seeing any tweet related to your interest area, when you see that tweet which was uploaded 1 minute ago, you see that there are 13 likes, 25 retweets. But when you see that particular tweet after 2 hours, you see that what you will see? You will see that that particular post whose like amount is 25, whose retweet amount is 35, after 3 hours, you never imagined that how many about what percentage that amount of likes or that amount of retweets increased. It may be increased by 25 to 105. Retweets can be increased from 25 to 85. So why I'm saying that the data nowadays, chunks of data collect results in big data. So if each chunk of every chunk of data is increasing rapidly, then it will result in increasing rapidly of big data. That is why it can be easily understood that striking speed of post uploaded created on social media platform is a perfect example to make you learn that how fast the data is generated, how fast the data is processed to meet the demands, and how fast the flow of data is occurring, going in the growth of big data. The third V is variety. Variety. Big data comes up with challenges. Why? Because of this third V, variety. Big data comes up with challenges. So to choose best possible way to organize and analyze data set in big data is a very crucial challenge for the organization who are maintaining big data, who are responsible for creation and processing of big data. Why I am saying is that choosing best possible way to organize and analyze data sets in big data is coming up as a challenge, because due to the nature of data present in big data. Yes, due to the nature of data present in big data, it can be structured, it can be semi-structured, it can be unstructured. Why I am saying is that big data comprises because of small data sets coming from various sectors, coming from various directions. So it is not possible that if some directions give you population data in the amount of number, some direction giving you population genders, the data about genders, which is also helpful in calculating population, but that data is in male female format. It is not in a, you can say that you have 1 crore population in UP. No, you cannot say that. One direction is saying to you that the population in UP is 1 crore. One data set is saying to you that there are 25,000 males in Myanmar, there are 25,000 males in Orissa and 15,000 males in Bhopal. It is also amount of data, but you cannot say that it is the same representation as you get earlier. That is why I am saying the nature of data present in big data responsible for you to choose best possible way to organize and analyzation of data sets in big data. For example, you can get audio data sets, video files, photos, GPS data, medical files, instrument measures, data about graphics, data about web documents, internet search behavior, and a lot nowadays due to increasing amount of technology and all. This results in variety of data sets, which results in variety in big data, which results in big data comes up with more challenges. You can choose variety series of techniques for its analyzation, results in volume, results in, you can say, velocity. Why? Variety. So before proceeding towards the fourth V, I must say that if I will say that there are 5 V's in big data, but what I have seen that the first 3 V's, that is the volume, velocity, variety, this is the most important V's exist in big data. Else the last 2 V's like the fourth and fifth V is also important, but you can say it is an application, or it can be said that it is an implication of all these, all the third V's, all the previous third V's you have studied. Let's move towards the fourth V, that is veracity. Yes, veracity. Sometimes the data which is available gets messy and quality and accuracy are difficult to control. This results in inconsistencies and uncertainty in data. Like we all know that we are getting variety of data. We are getting data in a velocity form. We are having voluminous data. So all such kinds of data sometimes gets messy, and quality and accuracy are difficult to judge, and quality and accuracy are difficult to control. This results in inconsistency. This results in uncertainty in data. That is why I am saying veracity occurs in big data because of the multitude of data dimensions resulting from multiple disparate data types. The last but not the least is the fifth V, which is value. Yes, the bulk of data having no value is of no good to the organization or company unless you turn it into something useful. I hope you all are remembering something which you have learned earlier also, I think in master, like data, information, knowledge, wisdom, DIKW diagram. Yes, sentence is saying the same thing to you, is that data in itself is of no use or importance, but it needs to be converted into something valuable to extract information. Okay, if you are having data but if you have no objectives, that why are you are collecting it, how will you use to achieve your objective? So the amount of data is of no use to you or to your organization. So for that, the fifth V is also very important in big data. Why? Because the bulk of data you are collecting, you are organizing, you are processing to achieve certain objective, to meet the demands having no value. If you don't know how to organize, if you don't know why you are organizing, if you don't know your goal, your objective, so you should know the value, that why you are collecting data, such bulky amount of data, why you are using it, what benefits you are what benefits you are giving to the society, what benefits you are achieving for yourself. You should know the value of data. So let's pack up the class for today, and before ending of the class, my favorite thing, learn, 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 and motivate yourself with a motivational quote given by Elon Musk. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Yes, this is the quote, motivational quote given by Elon Musk, and I think you should read such kinds of quote because it will motivate you in a certain way you cannot even learn. Reading is good, and reading such quote is damn good. Thank you for watching. Subscribe the channel and share it with your friends or colleagues, because sharing the channel, subscribing the channel will motivate me to create such more content for you to learn, and in growing my knowledge too. Thank you.